They called him the Boy Plunger, a man who turned silence into strategy and patience into profit. But behind Jesse Livermore's legendary success lies a rule so subtle, so hidden, that most traders overlook it entirely. It's not found in his books or his quotes. It's found in his behavior. This is the secret behind every winning campaign, a rule that shaped a legend and can still shape you. Question for you. What if the difference between chaos and clarity was just one decision: to wait? Comment below. Do you think patience is a trading skill or a personality trait? Let's go back to where it all began, to the man who made and lost multiple fortunes, yet left behind the most timeless lesson in all of trading.
Trading is paradoxical. The market rewards patience, but demands action. It tempts you with opportunity, then punishes your excitement. Livermore understood this duality better than anyone. He once said, "There's nothing new in Wall Street, because human nature never changes." And that was his battlefield, human nature. While others saw numbers, he saw emotions. Fear disguised as caution, greed disguised as confidence, hope disguised as strategy. He realized early on that success in markets wasn't about predicting price. It was about mastering your own behavior while everyone else lost control. So tell me, when the market starts running, can you still sit still? Comment below if you've ever entered a trade just because you couldn't stand the waiting, because that tension between waiting and wanting was exactly where Livermore's rule was born.
Every trader eventually faces it, the trap of movement, the illusion that doing something, anything, is better than sitting still. Livermore saw traders chasing every tick, reacting to every headline, buying strength, selling weakness. He called it the disease of impatience. And he knew it wasn't just a trading flaw, it was a human flaw. The brain is wired for action. We crave the illusion of control. But the market rewards the opposite. It rewards stillness, silence, and waiting for proof. That's the paradox Livermore learned to love, the patience paradox, because the crowd's noise is what creates the real opportunity. Quick question for you. When you miss a trade that runs without you, what hurts more, the lost profit or the bruised ego? Think about that. Because Livermore learned that pain isn't your enemy, impatience is. Livermore once said, "It was never my thinking that made the big money. It was my sitting." To him, the act of waiting wasn't passive. It was a strategy, a position in itself. He built what he called confirmation discipline. Before he entered any campaign, he wanted the market to prove itself. No guessing, no anticipation, only participation when the market aligned with his thesis. He wasn't trading prices, he was trading behavior. And every moment he didn't act, he was studying, sharpening, preparing. Think about what would change if you treated waiting as part of your edge, instead of a weakness. It's 1907. Wall Street is collapsing. Panic has replaced logic. Men are shouting. Fortunes vanish by the minute. But Jesse Livermore is calm. While others lose their minds, he loses his doubt. He waits, he watches, and then he strikes. As panic consumes the market, Livermore begins shorting methodically, building his campaign like a chess player, setting traps. By the end of the crash, he walks away with $3 million, an unthinkable sum. But he didn't win because he was lucky. He won because he waited. The market never beats the man who waits.
He would later write. Your turn. Have you ever held back while everyone else was rushing in and been rewarded for it? Comment your experience below. But every light casts a shadow, and soon Livermore's discipline would face its greatest test, not from the market, but from himself. After his triumph, success began to whisper lies. You've mastered the market. You can't lose. And Jesse believed it. He broke his own rule, traded too early, too often, too emotionally. The result? Collapse. By 1915, much of his fortune was gone. He said it himself. After my greatest successes came my worst losses because I forgot to follow my own rule. Pause and reflect. Have you ever felt untouchable after a win, only to watch it slip away the next week? That's the same trap, ego disguised as confidence. But from this pain came clarity. Livermore didn't see defeat. He saw tuition.
In the silence after his losses, Livermore wrote one line in his notebook. The big money is not in the buying or the selling, but in the waiting. That became his creed, his rule reborn. He realized that markets reward confirmation, not prediction. That sitting out was an offensive strategy, not a defensive one. And that true confidence wasn't about knowing the future. It was about knowing yourself. He rebuilt his entire method. Observe, test, confirm, then, and only then, commit. Comment below. Do you think you could follow a rule that forces you to trade less to make more?
100 years later, the tools have changed, but the psychology hasn't. Today's traders drown in screens, alerts, and dopamine. Livermore had ticker tape. We have Twitter feeds. Different noise, same problem. He said, whatever happens in the market today has happened before and will happen again. So the rule still stands. Wait for confirmation. Because every impulsive trade, every emotional entry, every "it looks good now" moment is just history repeating itself. Ask yourself, would Livermore be day trading meme stocks today? No. He'd be watching, quietly, waiting for the crowd to show its hand. And that's how his wisdom becomes your edge. Let's make it actionable, the Livermore way. Step 1. Hunt selectively. Focus on setups that show character, not chaos. Step 2. Observe without acting. Build patience like a muscle. Step 3. Test small. Probe the market lightly. Learn its rhythm. Step 4. Add only on confirmation. Strength, not speculation. Step 5. Sit tight. Your best profits come from inaction. Step 6. Journal everything. Reflection is where mastery compounds. Livermore didn't trade to feel alive. He traded to be right. And being right meant waiting for the market to agree, not forcing it to. Tell me, which step challenges you most? Waiting, adding, or sitting tight? Comment below. Let's talk about it.
The market is a mirror. It reflects your patience, your fear, your discipline. And Jesse Livermore understood that the real battle was never against price. It was always against yourself. He taught us that silence is a position, that confirmation is power, and that true mastery isn't about predicting markets, it's about conquering emotion. So next time you open your charts, don't rush. Wait for proof. Trade less. Observe more. Because the move that changes everything always begins after confirmation. Comment below. What part of Livermore's philosophy resonates with you most? Patience, confirmation, or control? This is Livermore Legacy, where the wisdom of the past builds the traders of tomorrow.